Hello summoners, welcome back to the channel, and in this video we are going to take a look at one of my favorite characters in Marvel Contest of Champions, and I'm talking about the Mystic Ghost Rider. So this guy, when he came out, he was just so good. He was utility god, never had too much damage, but today we are going to take him in variant 5, and honestly, like, the health pools are decent and he didn't feel like a wet noodle. He did alright, like for a character who has this kind of utility and immunities. His damage is not too bad. He has fury, he has the bleed, and it took him about 70 to 90 hits to finish most fights, but you can always regenerate back to full health, which is a big factor. And you also have stuff like power control, fade steel, just a lot this character can do. And I was using a lot of heavy attacks. The animation of the heavy attack has changed, I think. But he's just a very fun looking character, and the SP3 animation is just one of my favorites. By the way, something great happened to this character this year. When they were releasing Cosmic Ghost Rider, they ended up changing and including the Incinerate immunity in his base kit. Like, he doesn't need any synergies for it. Now he is a double immune character, being immune to bleed and incinerate, which is something the people have been asking forever basically. And it's just great that he has it now in his kit. Does it make him a much better character than he was? Not really. I don't think people pumped him up in the tier list or anything, but it's nice to have for an already very versatile, very useful Mystic character. Now I don't see many people ranking him up, including me. Like, this is the CCP beta, and I've always wanted to rank him up, but I'm not sure why I didn't. After this video I probably will, because he just in AQ I can definitely see myself using him. You know, back in the day I was using 4-star Cosmic Ghost Rider, not Cosmic Ghost Rider. Cosmic Ghost Rider was not out there when I was using 4-star characters, but I used 4-star Ghost Rider for map 6, and he was just MVP. Saved me more resources in AQ than any other character. So now I want to talk about how he works, because again, not many people are using him now. Plus, he is a slightly complicated character. Like, when he came out initially, he was a very complicated character for the time, because most characters at that time were like medium, light medium, and SP2. That's pretty much it. And this guy came out having these rotations and changing his playstyle depending to the situation, and he was considered a very hard to play character compared to characters like Quake, Ghost, even the Cosmic Ghost Rider. I'd say he is easier. Maybe it's just because he's been out for a while, but anyway, in this fight I'll explain how he works and what your thought process should be while you're playing him. So he can do a lot of stuff, and whatever you do later on, you have more duration on it basically. So when you end your combo with a light attack, he places a bleed. So the reason I went for that, the first thing is in this fight, is because Colossus is bleed immune, so like saving the bleed for later won't help me. So first let me explain all the judgments. So if you end your combo with a light attack that puts a bleed on the opponent, it's a pretty decent bleed. If you end with a medium attack and your Ghost Rider is awakened, then you will gain a fury. If you use your special one, that will be another judgment, and it will put a fade steel on the opponent. So while that is active, the opponent will not gain any buff, and it will nullify all the buff that the opponent currently has. You might have seen that earlier in this fight against Colossus, where we nullified his armor ups. And then the SP2 has a power drain, SP3 has the Dalmatian, and also like I think a power lock. We'll see. But and the heavy attack has the regenerations. Now whatever you apply first has the least duration, and whatever you apply last has the most duration. Basically that is how he works, and you can apply them in any order. Now of course most people will start with either using the light attack to finish the combo or the medium attack, because otherwise, like, you can do that later and go for medium light and just stop your combo, dash back, parry, and go for that again. Go for a special 1, special 2, SP3. Any order is technically possible, but in your usual fight you would probably want to start with ending with either bleed or like the fury, and then going for SP1. Now if you need something in particular, maybe you need power control, then you want to have a big power control, and if the opponent, let's say, have power gain, then you want to use your SP1 to fade steal, and then maybe use the other 2 judgments, then go for power control. So it's a lot of adapting to the fight, and he was one of the first characters in the game which made you do that. So today we have a few more characters. I think Clairvoyant in general is just a better version of this Ghost Rider. I said that before, but people didn't agree with me. So basically the reason I say that is they a character who have like immunities and stuff, plus you get to decide what you want, and that is something I really like in a character. You can't have everything, otherwise like they'll be just broken. But if you want regeneration, you can go for that. If you want nullify, you can go for that. If you want some bleeds, furies, like it depends on you. You decide what you get. It's kind of like a buffet of Marvel Contest of Champions, and I really like spamming those heavies in the corner. But that is the thing that I like most about Ghost Rider. Also, he doesn't even now, his prestige is pretty decent. It was the highest for a while in the Mystic class, I believe. So he has always been one of my favorite characters, and I think you would know why. He carried me through map 6 a long time ago. He has these cool animations, he can do a lot of stuff, and even now he's just really good for such an old character. I did this recently with Dr. Voodoo also, but if I have to pick between the two, I would say that I prefer Ghost Rider. And the reason, like the biggest thing with Voodoo is, for me at least, his lack of immunities. And yeah, also like if you run Suicide Mastery all the time, like you can see we are running Suicides, we are using special attack SP1, SP2, yet if you play him correctly and you don't make too many mistakes, you will end at a full yellow bar every single fight, which is just huge. And I've also seen people use him in war. He has really powerful synergies with Blade, and I have done how good is Blade in 2020 video as well, if you want to check that out. So yeah, like Ghost Rider, I'd still use him. I'd still recommend ranking him up. And is he available as a 6-star? I'm not sure if he is, but he doesn't even need to be awakened. It does give him some extra damage, and his prestige is nice. So if like, I probably wouldn't give him a Mystic Gem, but at the same time, a lot of the top Mystic options like Doom, Claire, Simba Supreme, they don't really need to be awakened. So that is one thing. And yeah, we'll go for the final fight of this video. So this guy has unblockable special 1 and also aggression prowess, it seems. And like Ghost Rider doesn't really have anything special against this matchup. We are just using our judgments, and we'll go for the regeneration. You're going to see like we take block damage, is fine. Even if we get clipped a little bit by his special, it will be fine because we have the regeneration. So this is one thing. If you're running him without Blade, his judgments do not have 100% chance to trigger, which can be a little bit annoying at sometimes. It's not too bad. Sometimes it's even good when you like want to conserve your judgments for later, for them to have more duration and build the power at the same time. So it can be good sometimes, but for the most part it just makes him a little bit unreliable sometimes, which sucks. Like for example, if you're pushing the opponent to 3 bars of power using your SP2 thinking it will power drain, and then it doesn't work, then you're a little bit screwed at that point. But yeah, that is basically going to do it for this one. I will be streaming variant 6 tomorrow morning Indian time, so I hope to see you there. Like this video, share with your alliance, and stay safe. Bye bye.